Have you ever woken up feeling weighed down by fear, anxiety, or sadness? You're not alone. Every day, countless people face silent battles that no one else sees. But what if I told you there's a way to overcome those feelings and step into a life of peace, strength, and courage? In this video, we're diving into a powerful truth straight from the Bible. A truth that can break the chains of fear and help you live boldly. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll discover how faith can transform your life and give you the strength to face any challenge. You wake up in the morning, and before you even get out of bed, a heavy weight presses on your chest. It feels like the world is already against you, and the day hasn't even started. Maybe it's sadness or anxiety. Maybe it's physical pain or a fear you can't quite name. So many of us, this is the reality, a battle fought in silence, unseen by others, but deeply felt in our hearts. But today, we're going to talk about how you can break free from that weight. Whether it's fear, worry, or hopelessness, you don't have to carry it alone. Let me share something powerful from the Bible and a message of hope that has changed countless lives. The reality of invisible battles. Every day, millions wake up facing silent struggles. Depression, anxiety, and physical pain are battles that can drain your energy and hope. These challenges often go unnoticed, making them even harder to bear. But what's at the root of these feelings? A closer look reveals a common thread: fear. Fear whispers lies, magnifies our troubles, and makes us forget the blessings that surround us. I've been there. I've felt the weight of fear and hopelessness. But I've also experienced the freedom that comes from recognizing fear for what it truly is: a spirit, not a fact. And most importantly, not a spirit from God. Fear as a spiritual battle. The Bible tells us in 2 Timothy 1-7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." This verse is more than just words. It's a declaration of who we are in Christ. Fear is not a fleeting emotion or a passing thought. It's a spirit and enemy weapon designed to keep you from living the victorious life God has planned for you. Fear lies. It tells you that you're not enough, that your problems are too big, and that there's no hope. But here's the truth. God has equipped you with everything you need to overcome. Faith versus fear. Faith and fear cannot coexist. They are opposites, constantly at war within us. The more you build your faith, the less room there is for fear. Faith reminds us of God's promises, His protection, love, and sovereignty. It's the antidote to fear, lifting our eyes from our problems and fixing them on the one who holds all things together. When I first heard this, it was life-changing. I began to see that fear wasn't just my weakness or something wrong with me. It was a spiritual attack. And the best part? I had the tools to fight back. God's promises for troubled hearts. Throughout the Bible, God offers promises of strength and courage. Joshua 1:09 reminds us, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This isn't just a suggestion, it's a command. God knows the power of fear, but He also knows the power of His presence in our lives. Overcoming fear through prayer. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools we have. It's not just about asking for help. It's about realigning our hearts with God's truth. When we pray, we remind ourselves of who God is and who we are in Him. Fear loses its grip when we declare God's promises over our lives. I've seen this in my own life. Moments of fear have been replaced by peace when I've simply paused to pray. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. A life anchored in faith. Life isn't without challenges. We all face storms, but we don't face them alone. God is our refuge, a safe place to turn to when life feels overwhelming. This relationship with Him is our anchor, keeping us steady when everything else feels chaotic. The Bible is full of examples of people who found strength in their relationship with God. From David facing Goliath to Daniel in the lion's den, these stories remind us that God's power is greater than any fear we face. You don't have to live under the shadow of fear. You have a choice. You can rebuke the spirit of fear and take hold of the spirit of power, love, and self-control that God has given you. When fear whispers lies, respond with faith. When worry weighs you down, lift it up to God in prayer. And when life feels overwhelming, remember that you are never alone. I want you to leave this video knowing that you are stronger than your fears, because you have a God who's greater than anything you face. His love is unshakable, His promises are true, and His power is unmatched. So today, choose faith over fear. Choose to stand on God's promises. And most importantly, choose to live boldly, knowing that you are deeply loved by the Creator of the universe. Have you ever felt a gentle nudge in your heart during a difficult moment or a sense of calm amidst chaos? That's God's presence. His presence isn't confined to churches or specific spiritual rituals. It's woven into every moment of your life. But recognizing and embracing it requires an open heart and a deep yearning for Him. Many of us believe in God, but not all of us experience His closeness as part of our daily lives. The good news is that God is not a distant deity. He's a loving Father who desires to walk with you, guide you, and fill you with His peace. Through this expanded reflection, let us uncover the ways to invite God's presence into your life and how this relationship can transform you. God's presence is all around you. We often think of God as being somewhere up there, but the Bible reminds us that He is omnipresent. He is everywhere, always with us. Psalm 139, 7-10 beautifully expresses this truth. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. This means God's presence isn't limited to holy places or spiritual moments. He is with you in your everyday routines, in the mundane, in the extraordinary, and even in the struggles. His Spirit fills the world around us, from the laughter of children to the beauty of a sunset. Vam ban MC's Han. Yet, we often miss Him because we're distracted. Life pulls us in so many directions: work, family responsibilities, and endless to-do lists. To recognize His presence, we must intentionally pause, quiet our minds, and seek Him. How to invite God into your daily life. God doesn't force His way into your heart. He gently waits for you to open the door. So, how can you actively invite Him into your everyday life? Start your day with Him. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Instead of rushing into the chaos, take a few moments in prayer. It doesn't have to be complicated. Simply say, "Good morning, Lord. Thank you for this new day." Please walk with me through it. Invite him into your decisions, your conversations, and even your challenges. Acknowledge him in everything you do, and you'll begin to see his guidance more clearly. Be intentional about worship. Worship isn't just singing in church, it's a lifestyle. It's about honoring God with your thoughts, words, and actions. Whether you're working, cooking, or spending time with loved ones, you can turn those moments into worship by doing them with gratitude and excellence for His glory. Meditate on His Word. God speaks through the Bible, offering wisdom and encouragement. Take time to read and meditate on a verse or two each day. Ask God to reveal what He wants you to learn, and let His Word shape your heart and mind. Recognizing His voice. One of the most profound ways to experience God's presence is to hear His voice. But how do you recognize it amidst the noise of life? The still small voice. God's voice isn't always loud or dramatic. More often, it's a quiet prompting or an inner peace that directs your steps. 1 Kings 19:12 describes God's voice as a gentle whisper. To hear it, you need to be still and listen with your heart. Confirmation through His Word. God will never contradict His Word. If you feel He's leading you to do something, check it against the Bible. His Word is the ultimate truth, and His voice will always align with it. Peace as a guide. Philippians 4:7 promises that God's peace will guard your heart and mind. If you're making a decision and feel uneasy, it may be a sign to pause and seek His guidance. God often speaks through the peace or lack of it that you feel. God's presence in the storm. Life's challenges can sometimes make us feel abandoned by God, but the truth is, He is closest to us in our pain. Psalm 34:18 assures us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." Why does God allow storms? It's easy to question God's love when we're going through difficulties. But storms often serve a greater purpose. They refine our faith and draw us closer to Him. Just as gold is purified in fire, our trials can purify our hearts and deepen our trust in God. Holding on to His promises. In moments of despair, hold on to His promises. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When life feels overwhelming, remind yourself that God is your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. Experiencing God through others. God often uses people to reveal His presence in your life. A kind word, a helping hand, or an unexpected blessing can be His way of showing you that He sees and cares for you. The power of community. Surround yourself with fellow believers who can encourage you and help you grow in your faith. Hebrews 10:24-25 reminds us to spur one another on and not give up meeting together. Being a vessel for God. Just as others can reflect God's love to you, you can do the same for them. Ask God to use you to be a blessing to others. When you serve with a loving heart, you not only bring His presence into their lives, but also deepen your experience of Him. God's presence transforms you. Being in God's presence isn't just comforting, it's transformative. Moses' face shone after spending time with God. Exodus 34-29. A physical sign of how God's presence changes us. Renewal of the mind. Spending time with God renews your mind, helping you see life from His perspective. Romans 12:2 urges us to be transformed by the renewal of our minds so that we can discern God's will. A heart of gratitude. God's presence cultivates gratitude. When you recognize His hand in your life, even in small things, it becomes easier to thank Him and trust His plan. God is waiting for you. God's presence isn't something you have to earn or chase. It's a gift that He freely offers to all who seek Him. He's waiting for you to invite Him into your heart and your life. Take a moment right now to pause and acknowledge Him. Whisper a prayer. Thank Him for His love and ask Him to walk with you through every moment. The more you seek Him, the more you'll experience the peace, joy, and transformation that only He can provide. As we've explored, God's presence is not far away. It's here in every moment, waiting for you to reach out. Whether in your joys, struggles, or quiet moments, He's always near, ready to guide and transform your life. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And for more content that helps you grow in faith and experience the presence of God, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching, and may you walk each day knowing that God is with you.